Okay. Great. How are you, first of all?
I'm good. I'm good.
Okay, so I'm here with Caroline, and we just wanted to take a minute to hear from her about her experience being an amazing member at Forward Strong. We've seen her come so far in her journey here. You started in group classes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And now she's doing one-on-one training 2 times a week? 3
3
times a week?
Yeah.
With Coach Nick Height, and we've just seen her growth be exponential. And so, first of all, how long have you been a member at Forward Strong?
I've been a member since October of 2020.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
And is there something you would tell yourself before you started? Any advice you would give yourself before you started? Now knowing what this journey process has looked like?
Yeah. I would say kind of like don't bite off more than you can chew. Like keep your expectations and your goals realistic, because if there's like someplace, I know that I wanted to get to kind of where I am today, but I know now that took so many different smaller steps to get to, and not to give up just because I'm not getting the whole thing at once. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. So what's been, I know this might be hard to choose, but what's been one or a few of your favorite things about being a member here and training?
I really do like the community a lot, and the support, and everyone's just so, like the coaches and all the other athletes are just so like lighthearted, and I don't feel any kind of judgment, or like I don't feel self-conscious coming here, because everyone is at different places and everybody understands, you know, where we're all coming from. So I like that a lot.
Yes.
Yeah. And then also like the personalized, I mean, I know that I'm doing one-on-one with Height right now, but even in the group classes, it felt very personalized.
Yeah.
So I really like that. And then being pushed, you know, to like go beyond what I think that I can do, and having someone on the outside see that I can go further and like encourage me.
I love that. So I have a 2-part follow-up question to that. First is, and you can answer either one first or second, but first is, what do you feel like you've improved on the most since being here? And second question is, what was it that made you want to take the switch from group to one-on-one training, and what have you noticed of the difference there?
Yeah. So the first question was, what have I
most improved?
Just like my confidence in like lifting and everything, I guess. Like all the little things, like the lunges and the squats, like especially lunges. Like, I mean, I could get like really detailed into it, but like lunges, I could not even do like a split lunge, just not even weighted, like when I started here. And now I'm doing like holding 60 pounds and like, you know, so it's just like so many things like that. And then just the mentality of just keeping going with that. And then the second, what made me switch?
Switching.
Yeah, so I'm a yoga instructor.
Oh, cool.
And I like, so I decided like, when was it? I don't know. Like last year, kind of when I started my one-on-one, that I wanted to do yoga instructing like full time. Like I want that as my career. And so, but I had to kind of like start over from scratch because I wanted to do it full time. And so I did a second teacher training last January through March. And I wanted to start one-on-one with Height to get stronger and just in my body and with the poses and everything, like just physically stronger. And so I came to him like, I think it was like October of last year, and I had like one goal in mind that I was like, okay, we could work towards this. And I was like, I want to do a handstand. And he was like, okay. And so it was kind of like, okay, let's have this goal in mind and then let's work towards it. And by the end of my teacher training, like I was able to do a handstand, and like combining the one-on-one strength training with my yoga has been like absolutely incredible.
Awesome.
Yeah, like
I love to hear
amazing.
that.
Yeah.
And I actually, when I first started doing strength training, I first of all didn't know you were doing full-time yoga teaching.
Yeah.
This is super exciting.
Uh-huh.
You need to come
Yeah.
take your class.
Yeah.
But when I first started strength training, because I have a background in dance, I was practicing yoga like really frequently,
Uh-huh.
and I as well was like amazed at the difference that it made in
Yeah.
my yoga practice. So,
Yeah.
like, and that's of course why I tell everyone that no matter what you're doing, you should be strength training, because it's going to
Yeah.
just enhance any other outside activity, whether it's yoga, running, sports, whatever it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
for sure.
awesome.
Yeah.
It's fun to be learning more about you.
Yeah.
The next question is, it's kind of similar to one we already asked, but if you had any advice to give to somebody who's maybe hesitant to step into a gym, or like not unsure of the next step to take in their fitness journey or wellness journey, do you have any like advice you would give to that person?
Well, if they want to step into a gym and they're not like confident, or they are just very full of self-doubt, I would say, I honestly, kind of like what I did with my handstand thing, like have like one thing in mind that you want to accomplish, and then realize that I feel like when we say things like hard work, dedication, we picture in our minds like not sleeping at night and like focusing all your attention on it and da da da. But really, hard work and dedication is just like taking time out of your day each day to be committed to it. So it's just like, it's not like all day, every day. It's just taking that time out, focusing on it 100% for a little part of the day, and then going on and then redoing it. So it's like little bitty baby steps. Yeah, consistency.
That is huge.
Yeah.
Awesome advice, because
Yeah.
I think people think that, like what you said, when you're trying to start something new, especially a fitness journey, that you have to dive into the deep end.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, no, bite off what you can do right now, today,
Yeah.
and it will add up over time.
Yes.
To get you to where you want to be.
Yeah, and then like having patience.
Yes, that's
So,
a good one too.
Yeah, and that's hard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
Anything else that you want to share about your time at Forward Strong so far? At all? You don't have to have anything. but-
Yeah, I don't know. I love this place. Like, it's my favorite gym. I did a CrossFit thing before, but like I said, this place is just it's more personalized. Like, the coaches are so aware of everybody, and you can tell that all of the coaches like really know their stuff. Like, I'm so blown away by Height and like all the information. Like, he's like a whole encyclopedia.
He is.
And like just the knowledge that's here, even with Liz and her nutrition, like she like lives rent free in my brain when I go to the grocery store, and like when I'm preparing meals, or when I'm like, maybe I'll go out tonight, like I'll have Liz in my brain.
Yes.
So it's just like, y'all are so amazing, and it's a very like uplifting atmosphere, and like I love being around people that just want to like better themselves in every aspect of their life, and so this is like I need this.
Yeah.
You know. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we are just, like I said, we love having you here, and like your growth has been amazing. And I'm speaking for the whole team, not just myself right now.
That's
and,
awesome. Thank you.
We're proud of you and excited to see all the progress you're going to continue to make.
Yeah. Yeah. For
Because
sure.
It's just onward and upward from here.
Yeah. It's been crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm the strongest I've ever been. So
Isn't
that's
that
like
such a good
amazing.
feeling?
Yeah.
It's like sometimes people come into this with other goals, but once you like experience what it feels like to just feel strong and like, be empowered in the gym and in your yoga practice and outside, it's just like okay, this is what's actually going to get me to adhere. This is what's actually going to keep me showing up over anything else.
Yeah, yeah, for
That's how I
sure.
feel.
Yeah, and I love it. Like people, like my body has changed so much since October,
Yeah.
and people keep telling me you look strong.
Yes.
And I'm like, yes, I love that. That is, oh my goodness.
Oh,
So that's nice.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, thank you so much
Yeah.
for taking the time
Thank you.
to be
Yeah,
here.
for sure.
And I know it's
Definitely.
like the smallest thing that we could do to show our appreciation.
For sure. Yeah.
But you know, if we've been even a little bit of help to you, our hope is that hearing your story and what you've accomplished can, you know, inspire somebody else to
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
in here and be a badass just like you.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
So,
awesome.
all right,
Thank
we'll give
you.
you a high five.